Upgrade Accessibility's logo shows the words Upgrade Accessibility in white text on a maroon background. It rises up off screen to make way for the Pride Our Way logo. The logo depicts a brown circle referencing a head which sits atop dancing light pink and blue flowy arm lines. Below the arms are arch lines overlapping each other, forming a circle. These lines are each a color of the Pride rainbow. In the center of the circle is a black dot. The colors all come from the Progress Pride flag. The background is a tan, thin squiggle. Upgrade Accessibility and Pride Our Way were both founded by Mary Fashik. The logo for Pride Our Way was created by Judine Rose Studio.
A black screen with white text that reads, Pride Our Way would like to thank the following sponsors. Each logo appears as the name is read. New Disabled Shop, Bella Gaitan, and Azealia Thomas.
A screen appears with a black background and white text that reads, The following poems and spoken word pieces have been submitted for presentation at Pride Our Way. The screen fades and a new screen appears with a black background and white text that reads, Something to Behold. Becca Shea, at Rebecca Shea on Instagram, at Becca Shea on TikTok. The screen fades and a new screen appears with a white background and black text. Something to behold. Lesbian is such a taboo word, isn't it? Even though it is merely a word that indicates my desire to be loved and cherished by someone who is not a man. Such an evil, heinous act against God, surely I can reverse it. I am just rebelling or going through a phase, or maybe I am simply confused. The Father may throw me into a lake of never-ending fire, abandon me unless I change my sinful ways. But the Mother believes me to be sacred, a child worth loving, a beautiful light in the dark. She believes the mere act of defying heteronormativity, embracing the energy of Sapphism that was injected into my bloodstream is holy, is something to rejoice, to worship, something that is worth celebrating for generations to come. A screen appears with a black background and white text that reads, I Should Hate You by Anusha. Anusha LDN on all platforms. The screen fades and Anusha appears on screen. She is a dark-skinned black woman with twists. She has glossy lips and a gray t-shirt on. There is an overlay of a VHS tape effect on the video. The lighting is dim in the room and she's against a white wall. Occasionally, she holds a small red booklet.
Hello, my name is Anusha Stribling and I am a musician and a poet and an all-round creative as a whole. Back in April 2023, so April of this year, I released a zine called The Burden Zine, and it is about the isolation of disabled people during the pandemic. I wanted to create a piece of work that really described the feelings and the emotions that we have been experiencing during this ongoing pandemic, that often when we voice our opinions online or with people who aren't really familiar with what we're going through, they tend to chastise us and they tend to dismiss us because they don't really see us. So this was my attempt to make things a bit clearer and make us feel a bit understood, especially during Pride Month when queer people tend to gather to celebrate queerness and celebrate what we've gone through, it does make me quite upset, because ultimately there are disabled people who can't come and celebrate in person because of the pandemic. So I want to read one of my poems. It's called I Should Hate You, and it is about when you're looking on social media and you're looking through your Instagram feed, over your Twitter feed, for a bit of just dissociation, I guess, or whatever you go on social media for, and you keep seeing people that you love or that you used to love gathering in really unsafe spaces. So this is called I Should Hate You. I should hate you. You've forgotten me. Collectively, you proclaimed, mask off? Who needs empathy? You're free from death, isolation. It's made me needy. Craving intimacy, chasing crumbs of humanity. I log on, see pictures of crowded spaces, smiling faces I like. Like you care. I'm planning obituaries forever ready for the worst, and you've learnt nothing. I should hate you. I've been Anusha, and that is my poem for Pride Our Way. Thank you very much.
A screen appears with a black background and white text that reads, Awareness, Ilyas, at IlyasKhan_ on Instagram. The screen fades and a new screen appears with a white background and black text. Awareness. Every year in April is Autism Awareness and Acceptance Month, and every year in June is Pride. In these months, we celebrate who we are. In these months, we hope people understand us. Cis people don't understand trans people. Allistic people don't understand autistic people. If you are trans and autistic, who understands you? Attention is good sometimes, but it does make us vulnerable. Attention can be a smile and nice words, or a fist and slurs. I want awareness and acceptance for all autistic people, especially for those who are outsiders in multiple ways. There aren't many smiles and nice words for autistic outsiders, no smiles and nice words from non-disabled people and from other autistic people. They say only cis white men are seen as autistic and are represented. They say this while they change the representation and attention from white cis autistic men to white cis women, and nothing changes. I want awareness and acceptance for all autistic people who are forced to wear the masks of their oppressors and the masks of their colonizers, and whose countries are occupied and who lost their homeland. I want awareness and acceptance for all autistic people who are forced to wear the masks of genders they don't belong to, and who are not allowed to transition, and whose genders will never be respected. I want awareness and acceptance for all autistic people who are not neurotypical in multiple ways, who are systems, psychotic, and schizophrenic, borderline, antisocial, and narcissistic, who have tics, dyspraxia, and EDS. Autistic liberation means liberation for all of us, freedom from racism, transphobia, ableism, and more. No more police violence against us. No more psychiatric violence against us. No more state violence against us. No more propaganda against us. Autistic liberation means multiple marginalized autistic people to the front. Mad, trans, fat, queer, and radicalized autistics, non-speaking and disabled in multiple ways. What does representation mean if it is only for the nice and beautiful ones? A screen appears with a black background and white text that reads, "Your favorite Black Jamaican autist" by Rosen Turquoise Gordon at Revolution Rosen on Instagram. The screen fades and a new screen appears with a black background and white text that reads, "Content warnings, references to anti-Blackness, misogyny, exorcism, police brutality, deportation, mass incarceration, tone policing, and various oppression of autistic people. Reclaimed usage of a derogatory term for autistic people." The screen fades and Rosen appears on screen. Rosen, a dark-skinned Black Jamaican non-binary man, recites their poem passionately. Z is wearing a white beanie, silver septum ring, and a floral pink collared button-down with white cartoon cat faces.
This is an open letter to all the white allistics and Caribbean allistics who expect me to change how I speak to appease you. Dear allistics, I am not rude. You confuse civility for complacency, demanding civility but not Black neurodivergent liberation. My friend Issa Osa says, abolition also means not acting like the feds towards your comrades, friends, family. So stop acting like the tone police. You say you don't like my tone, as if my inflection is as painful as the oppression you uphold. The only tone I'm going to change is my hair color. My hair will be blue, but I will light it up red because girls, women, and non-binary people are autistic. The patriarchy is so pervasive that our whole neurotype is gendered as for boys and men. You say I am too political, as if you don't politicize all my identities, as if my humanity is up for debate. Who I am is not mere political fodder. You say I should ask more questions, not make accusations. I should direct message, not put people on blast. You mean coddle your feelings, catch your white tears before they even fall, code switch my Blackness, mask my autism. I say I'll never be white nor neurotypical. I am Black, Jamaican, autistic, and proud. I am bold, direct, and passionate. So I say justice for Elijah McClain, free Osim Brown, free Matthew Russian. I say Black autistic lives matter. Sincerely, your favorite Black Jamaican artist, Rosen T. Gordon.